Conor McGregor is the perfect example. Why do you think he's such a big star? You think he's such a big star because he's funny? Yeah, that's part of it. You think he's such a big star because he speaks so well? Absolutely part of it. And you just keep going down the line of all these things that makes him a star. But number one, first and foremost, the reason he is a global superstar and people love this guy is because he's a real fighter. People feel that, and people notice that, and people know it's real. That's why he's not only one of the biggest stars in combat sports, but in all of sports. Crazy to say this, but as big and as famous as Conor is, and all the things that go on, I don't think Conor gets the respect he deserves. I think he's one of the best of all time. When you see how he handles every different piece of the fight, from the press conference to the back and forth, the media, the weigh-ins, the fight, I think he's one of the best to ever do it.
The McGregor lineage, we are bled on the battlefield. You can trace my lineage back to the highlands where we fought invaders off of our land. I have my family sword, it's a claymore, it's wrapped in sheepskin, and I have it hanging on the banisters of my stairs just to remind me of where I come from. We are warriors, we are fighters. So my sister, when I was a young kid at around 15 years of age, unsure where I was going, came to me with a book, The Secret, and preaching the law of attraction. And I was like, stop, get away from me. I wasn't interested, I was almost laughing at it. But then she kept on me with it, and I eventually watched a movie on it and read some books on it. And then it started to resonate with me, like to keep positive and have belief in where you're going, and you can almost visually create your entire world. No, not almost, you actually can. And then I was like, I'm going to do that, and I will do that. And then that's when I began to practice it. And my girlfriend used to drive to a food place in like a shopping mall in Ireland, and it was a very busy shopping mall. I would practice like little parts of it, like when we were driving into the shopping mall, the car park, I would always visualize that the car park space right at the front door would be empty for me, waiting for us to pull up. And sometimes I'd get it and sometimes I wouldn't get it. When I got it, I'd celebrate it like I just won my double world title. You know, and I kept building on that, and I got better at it, and I became so damn good at it that I was able to go into bouts against undefeated fighters for not defeated for over 10 years, or people with insane fighting legacies, and I was able to go in front of the world and tell the world, I'm gonna knock this man out with this exact shot at this exact time, and I done it back to back to back. What got me to where I am and where I continue to go and where I will continue to go is an insane work ethic.
Yes.
And it's an insane work ethic that you can only put in that amount of work if you were doing something that you are passionate about. And that's what I have engaged my entire life's work in, things that I am passionate about. You cannot fully commit to something if you are not passionate about it. So you must look at your surroundings, at the things you are involved in, and ask yourself, are you truly passionate about these things? If you truly want to put every ounce of your being into these things. And I am blessed, truly blessed by something. I am not sure what it is, but I am blessed that I was able to find my passions, and I am going down these avenues that these avenues that the fight game has opened up for me. I'm going down them at 100 miles an hour with no brakes and full confidence in what lies ahead. Supposed to be here. Where I come from a place, Dublin 12. It is a hard-working town, a small little suburb, It has its good and it has plenty of bad, but I always like to focus on the good because the good shines through. But where I come from, we're not supposed to climb to these heights. We're told that. It's instilled in us. And I wanted to break that mold and pave the way, open up paths. And that's what I'm doing, and I'm happy and honoured for it. You know, a first-year apprentice plumber on a building site, they're the guy that goes to make the tea. They're the guy that goes and gets the copper pipes from the storehouse and carries it up. It's the hard work that's not respected and not admired. I was on them building sites cold and damp, and I was like looking around at the fully qualified people on the site and their postures not right, and that was not me. You know, I knew I could do something better. I knew I had something in me. I just wasn't sure even what it was. Obviously I was training for the fight game, but no one in Ireland had made it in the fight game. The fight game, an Irish man in the UFC was literally, and I mean literally, laughed at. I was laughed at when I said we were going to get to the UFC. Never mind get a win. Never mind even get a win in the UFC. Then win a belt. Then win the second belt. I've just used all that fuel that I'm not supposed to do it, but I'm going to do it. And I'm going to outwork everyone that says I cannot do it. And that's what I did. And that's how I rose up. And long may it continue. You know, for so long, like in my mid to late 20s, when I started to acquire wealth and acquire money, I was fascinated with materialistic things. I would buy myself cars, watches. I switched off of that now. It's like I realized I was spending things on material items and not things on myself, on my being, on my fitness, on my health. I've switched that completely. Like I said, my nutritionist travels with me full time. My doctors, my training partners, my coaches. Yeah. I have a full team, and it's all for health, fitness, and peak performance. We've got to be in shape. I think a trait of the successful is to train early, wake up and train early. You've got to be in shape.
Yes.
To be, you've got to be in shape physically to be in shape mentally. Yes. They go hand in hand. All in is a term I like to use in my ventures. All in. We've got to be all in on our ventures. Yeah. I am all in on my whiskey. I'm all in on my clothing, my fitness regime, the McGregor Fast program. I am all in on the fight game. I just want my worth. There's a lot of politics in the game. The fight game is full of sharks, but I'm the fucking whale. So I want what's mine. Nothing external can defeat the internal. The only thing that can take someone down or break you down is internal. Nothing external is strong enough. It's just about making sure your internal dialogue and your internal belief in yourself is strong enough that it can withstand the external. Yes. The external is there. Yes. You've got to accept it. You've got to embrace it. You've got to understand it and be aware of it. But don't let it seep into your internal dialogue. Yeah. And I am, as a 30-year-old man, I don't know it all. I'm up and down and growing with this. I'm trying to continue to learn. It's a daily occurrence. Not to let that external infiltrate my internal. And that's what I'm trying to do right now, because I have let it infiltrate it at times. Yes. I know who I am. I am an Irish animal. No Irish man has done what I have done. I opened up pathways for my people. We came steaming through the door thanks to my belief and my hard work. If you're in the game, make sure you're in it all the way, all in with it, and then that game will be your game. And that's where I am right now. And I've only kind of taken this philosophy recently. Like I said, I've had dips, lacks of motivation, dips in commitment. Yeah. Your lack of commitment is almost an insult to the people who believe in you. And that's what I'm trying to tell myself. I said, there's people who believe in me, so this is what I'm telling myself right now, today. So it's all psychological, to be honest. You've got to be able to control your breathing and control your emotions in there. Know yourself to know others. That's a Bruce Lee quote. If you truly know yourself, you can know others. So I know what way I feel. I know what way that man feels. I know what I can say to push his buttons. I know what he's thinking. I know what he's afraid of. I know his worries, it's a ruthless game. You have to be willing, because you can go in there, and when you come out, you're a different person. If I could describe it to people, it's like entering a car crash. You're going into a car crash, the shins are bare, the feet are bare, you can strike with the elbows, the knees. It's a vicious, vicious game, and you've got to be fully committed and you've got to be willing to go all the way. In any success, it's hard work.
Yeah.
That's it. Hard fucking work. You put it in, you believe in it, you will succeed. And that's it. I am living proof. If you want to look at a man who has clawed his way, fought with every ounce of his being to get to where he is, you're looking at him right here.